Okay, children. Now we will see the cross. Okay, we'll start with a normal Mendelian cross. What to do? Here I have taken C and P gene in its dominant form, and here I have taken C and P in its recessive form. Clear? And just to avoid the confusion, I have written recessive with red pen. Okay. Now see, what is to do? Here we will cross them. We'll make the gametes, and now the method of formation of gametes is really clear to you all. So we'll get the 4 gametes, C and P into 4 times. Okay, how 4 times C? This C with this P, this C with this P, this C with this P, and this C with this P. 4 gametes in the same way. This C with this P, again C and P. This is with this and this is with this. 4. Now 4 gametes. Now these gametes, they will cross together in F1 generation to give the result. Clear? Now I am writing for F1 generation. See, what to write? Capital CP, capital CP, capital CP and capital CP. Okay. Then here I'll write down CP, CP, CP and CP. Now you cross. What will be the result? Capital C, capital P. Everywhere we will get capital C, capital P. Everywhere. Okay. I am writing it. Capital C, capital P. Then C and P. Now, this will be crossed with this small c, small p, small c, small p, small c, small p, small c and p. Clear? So the cross is simple for you now. Now see the result. We will get 16:0 purple color. Okay, if it would be according to the Mendel's law, then according to the Mendel's law, ratio is 16:0 and the color is purple. Clear? Because at least one allele should be in the dominant condition, and everywhere we can see one at least in the dominant condition. So the color of the flower will be purple, because C will form the chromogen and P will form the anthocyanin, and both of them will work together to show the purple color of the flower. Now according to the complementary gene rule also, we have seen 16:0 and color of the flower is purple. Now let's move to the F2 generation. Okay, so if we move from here to the F2 generation. Now what is the result of F1 generation? Result is this. Then small c, capital P and small p will be crossed with capital C, capital P and small p. This is called as the selfing, because whatever offsprings we have got, we did the selfing of those. And now what will be the gametes? Now again the method of formation of gamete is clear to you all. C with P, gamete number 1. This C with this red P, capital C with small p. Third, this C with capital P. And fourth situation, this C with this P. Okay, these are the 4 gametes. Now we will get the 4 gametes here also. CP, then C and P, then small c, capital P, and small c, small p. Now these are the 4 gametes for F2 generation. Now once again we will draw the Punnett square and then we will see the result. Okay, on the basis of the Mendel's law as well as in the modification of the Mendel's law. How many? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I am making it small so that I can write the result. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, one more box. What to write? Capital C, capital P. It's better to write with blue. Capital C, capital P, capital C, small p, small c, capital P, and small c, small p. Clear? Same condition. Capital C, capital P, capital C, small p, small c, capital P, and small c, small p. If we cross them together, the result will be C, C, P, P. Clear? Here, the result will be capital C, capital P, and small p. Here the result will be capital P, capital C, small c, capital P, and capital P. Again, capital C, small c, capital P, and small p. Again, in the same way, I am just doing these crosses for you. C, C, P, and P, C, C, P, P. Okay, capital C, small c, clear? C for the third row. Once again, C, C, once again, C, C, P and P, then C, C, P and P, then C, C, P and P, and then last one C, C, P, P. Now see, if it would be a Mendel's law or Mendel's cross, then the result will be according to the Mendel's law, result should be 9:3:3:1. It's a normal cross that we have already seen in case of dihybrid cross. So according to the dihybrid cross, it should be 9:3:3:1. But see the complementary G. Okay, now see. Here we got 2 capital C with 2 capital P. So the color of the flower will be purple. Now this is for purple. Suppose I am drawing it. Okay. This is also purple because 2 capital C and at least 1 capital P is here. So dominant is there. So we can get the purple color. Here also we can get the purple color. Okay. Here also we can get the purple color. Now see, capital C with capital P, purple color. Now see, capital C is there, but P is in the dominant form. P is in the recessive form. So if C is there, it means chromogen will form. But if P is not in the dominant case, it means anthocyanin will not form. And if there is no anthocyanin, then purple color will not be there. So what is the color of the flower? White. Okay. Here again, purple. Here again, white is there, but no purple because anthocyanin is not there. So white color flower. Here again, purple. Here again, purple. Now here C is in the recessive case. No chromogen, then no anthocyanin. So white color. No chromogen. So what is the value of anthocyanin? That is what is the use of capital G, P. No use. So color of the flower will be white. Here also we will get the purple color. Okay. C is there, but P is in the recessive condition. Color of the flower will be white. Here also C is not there. Color of the flower will be white. Color of the flower will be white. Okay. Now see, this is white. Now you count the purple flower and white flower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. How many flowers are purple? 9. Okay. And how many flowers are white now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So white colored flower are 7. So what is the ratio? The ratio is 9:7. And what was the Mendel's ratio? It was 9:3:3:1. But what is the modification? The modification of the ratio is 9:7. So this is all about the complementary gene, which means the genes, if they are present on the different chromosome, okay, then let it be on the different chromosome, no issue. But they will work together to perform or to show one phenotype. And if we'll cross them, then we will see the result, and the result will be 9:7. Okay. And the scientists Betson and Punnett, they worked this on the sweet pea, that is Lathyrus odoratus. Now complementary gene is clear. Our next topic will be pleiotropy. Okay, till then you revise this. Thank you, children.